I should say, to the venue from the train station and back, 1 hour before it starts and 1 hour after.
Ooh, that's pretty fantastic. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, so if you take a public transport, there's ways to get there.
And also, shout out to our sponsor, Weta New Zealand, for providing us an axe statue for the prize for the winners. Fantastic axe statue there. I was actually looking at
And also
sorry.
TT Esports. I just gotta say TT Esports, who are new sponsors, so they sort of jumped on last week as our sponsors as well, and they'll be giving away some prizes as well at the LAN finals, some gear and stuff to attendees. In fact, I believe if you go to Facebook and click on "I'm attending this event for the finals," you have a chance to win the Saphira gaming mouse. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
think it was
we allowed
Saphira.
to enter?
You can, but I won't give you the prize if you draw it.
Oh, I'm disappointed. What about family members? Can I get family members to go for it? Nah, that's probably terms and conditions again. I think family members can't do that. Oh, I'm disappointed.
I know. I didn't write the tier session, so.
Yeah, it looks like something's going on.
Yeah, it looks like we'll be going. Unfortunately, Jumbo Lags was pretty much his last attempt, and no luck. Look at that graph. It's amazing.
Oh, beautiful.
Valve should really
gives
fix
Radiant
that.
Team. Valve gives advantage to Radiant Team now that they're missing a player.
Pretty much.
I think they're gonna give control to the Visage, so he's gonna be micro in a third familiar.
I think he said shotgun, not it, because
Oh,
yeah, he says he's already having trouble with the familiars.
that's loser talk. But
Yeah.
well, in all seriousness, we are back into the game. Last Ronin, they are a little bit behind Coronet. They do have the early game with the pushing lineup from Jumbo Legs. We do have the rotation. They're gonna come in Familiar. Not going to be landing. Arrow will hit a 5-second stun on Kai'Sak. Do they look to go in yet? They do not. They still. They also don't have a Moonlight Shadow. Venomancer gets instantly picked off. He did his poison Nova down. A lot of damage coming out onto Darkrai. Will he be able to survive this? He will not. He goes down to the Eclipse. And now the turnaround coming from CLM. That is 4 heroes down. The arrow goes on through. Won't land onto anyone. But actually, it does land to Magibomb underneath that tower. But it's a 4-for-1 trade. Last Ronin come out quite far ahead in that trade.
Yep, and I guess maybe that's the power when you're trying to micro and you don't play StarCraft.
Because yeah, we didn't see that exorcism being thrown down by the Death Prophet, and that could have done a lot in that fight, especially for that physical damage. Could have even forced last Ronin to back off there, and Coronet could have grabbed that one kill and been able to retreat or force the aggression a little bit further. And it looks like they're all going to TP up top once again, except the Rubik is rotating down bottom, but they have to be careful here. They don't have any vision of this jungle as of yet. The wards and Venomancer doing a lot to these familiars, and in mid lane though we have CLM. He's working towards that tier 1 tower in the middle.
Yeah, it will be fortified, and Sim will probably have to back off, especially with this rotation from Dying for Darkrai and Magibomb. And there we go, Infest. Looks like they might have an Infest hook shot going on, but they sort of need something to reveal him first.
He is underneath that tower, but unfortunately it is spotted out from a nice ward up on this high ground, and she will just easily back on out of there, and that's a little bit unfortunate for Coronet. They needed that kill.
Yeah, certainly. Once again, we still see just Jumbo Lags being marked up in this top lane. They sort of, now that they're one player down, they sort of, oh, here we go.
And we got an initiation of mid, they nice land, but the Melchak, they don't have any revelation. It's a little bit strange that they decided we're going to go onto the Templar Assassin and not have vision. They had all the time in the world to pick up at least some dust, but not going to be happen. She will be able to walk on out of there. I'm surprised she didn't decide to turn back around with a double damage Melchak.
Especially since she has a Yasha and a Memor on her as well. That's a lot of damage. That really just be popping onto the clockwork. You know, if you that Maelstrom, as you're saying, and a few extra right clicks, and you can potentially get a kill there. But I mean, we do see last round, and they're just moving around the map at the moment, just trying to find off maybe a few pickoffs or a little. We've got an arrow does land on one of the
That gets
familiars though.
absorbed. Yeah. And will this be it for Jumbo Legs? The moment of truth. He's now standing here. He gets buffed up a little bit by Kazak. Come on. You can do it, Jumbo Legs. Move. And he's moving.
Oh!
We have life. Yes. And now he's speaking something completely unusual. But we have life. But a stun lands onto Kazak. Do they look to go on in? They do have a pause. And there we go. We got a little bit of a... I think... He wants time to stop his chat. But he is in the game, so this is fantastic. They have their 5th member. At the same time, though, Kazak has been stunned on top lane. It looks like they are rotating in. Can he get those familiar stunts off to keep himself alive? Will there be TP support as another one? Rubik does have TP if he does want to decide to rotate up top. And Clockwork doesn't have enough to buy a TP, so he's a little bit... he won't be able to reach that top lane. But Kazak could be in a little bit of trouble.
Kazak praying. They're not too happy with their comeback line.
Yeah, that's not the most friendliest line you could throw out there, especially after all the waiting that Last Ronin did do for their side.
And they're certainly not going to let Kazak get away.
I mean, that was a fair
I'll take
arrow.
that,
I mean, it came from the side. It wasn't absorbed. He was paying attention to his hero. I think that was just a desperation. Please don't kill me. Coming out our last arrow.
I gotta say, these familiars though, they do have the stuns up, so that could potentially stop this skill from happening.
We got a leap if he wants to use it past the familiars, and well, we do see the familiar stuns they're going to be thrown out, and the Magi Bomb, surprising of all heroes, rotates up top. I would have liked it if he stayed down bottom, continue farming, because I mean, he's fallen behind in the farm. Luna is now 25 last hits above, but we do have a little bit of initiation coming on Bushido, the Moonlight Shadow, but will be in time. It will not. The familiar and not familiar, the Visage and his solo substance is more than enough, and now Miranda coming in and doing all the damage, and Magi Bomb, he goes down, and will we see the death of Suit? He does not go down, and that's a double kill going to Last Ronin and going to the TA of all heroes. That's a little bit unfortunate for Coronet there.
That certainly hurts. Especially since Soupy Twist did survive there. Oh no.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
CLM just wants to go for Darkrai.
Yeah, he's going to continue, but he's not going to have enough there. Clockwork's quite tanky there, and as I was saying, I really would have hoped and wished that Lifesteal stayed down that bottom lane farming up. And speaking of bottom lane, Exile could be in a little bit of trouble. He throws out the Lucent Beams, and the Eclipse will be enough. It is not enough to ward off the aggression coming out of Coronet. And now they're chasing down Bushido. Will Bushido die once again? He's just respawned, he TP'd, but they're not going to chase him down any further. The Soul Assumption was not enough to take him down. I mean, it took him down 3/4 of his health anyway, and that's the power of a Soul Assumption.
Yeah, I mean, with a 4-second cooldown, it just deals so much damage. I gotta say though, Last Ronin, they're doing really well to just sort of push out down all of these towers, especially with the death profile on the enemy side.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
And
the
the arrow,
tower in mid as well.
5-second arrow.
Has fallen.
Yeah, once again, Kaiser.
They didn't want to do anything about it though, and net worth, you look at this net worth, and TA is just so far ahead at the moment, and that's due to all the kills she's gotten. They got 2 towers as well as Coronation as they are on 2, so the 2 tower advantage is pretty much void. They did get a deny last run, and that is, and now he's just going to walk away without too much issues. He's got a BKB, he's got a Yasha, and he's going to be pretty much unkillable in these next fights. I mean, Lifesteal is not doing enough right-click damage to be able to burn through the refraction charges and get past the BKB, and we might have a little bit of initiation of Bushido. They're just going to ward him off, but how are they going to slow down this Temporal Assassin at the moment? I mean, there is an Exorcism, which burns through refraction and is all physical damage, but will that be enough in these fights?
Probably not. I mean, the issue here is Jumbo Lags is pretty fragile, so he's just gonna get picked off very quickly himself. Templar Assassin's doing too much damage at the moment. CLM, and that Luna as well. That Luna isn't exactly under farm. Has a BKB, has a Helm of Dominator. They're doing some stacking now on these Ancients, so that Luna's gonna get very big very soon, and it's gonna be very powerful in those team fights.
And Michos, if you haven't already done so, get rid of that chat window. Stream is not happy about chat window being up. Just a little heads up to Michos. Just left the chat window up and running.
Terrible streamer.
I know. He just good for nothing. No, I'm kidding, Michos. We love you. Relatively speaking.
But yeah, I gotta say the farm from last round, they're doing a lot better in terms of, you know, getting the key heroes up and running much sooner than Coronet. We do have a lifesteal with his armlet and his drums, but I mean, up against a Luna and the TA who both have BKBs, it's going to be hard to shut down. He hasn't gone for a basher yet. It looks like he's not going to go for... Well, he could. He's got 1.6k. We'll see exactly what he decides to go for, but I feel like a basher will be very important to lock down some of these heroes.
Structures are fortified.
And it looks like Mirana might be rotating into that semi-carry role. I mean, she is in the off lane, but she's now getting a lot of farm. She gets initiated upon Howard. She does have enough mana to leap, as she did pop her magic wand, and she will be able to get on there. At the same time, the tower does go down, so it's not denied. Up top lane, Coronet, they're trying to find their positioning up top. Lifesteal's not going to be able to infest and jump out on anyone, but Familiars are doing a lot of damage against Mosquito. He's being chased down. Moonlight Shadow is popped down. We do have TP spot coming from Mirana. Nice Poison Nova doing a lot of damage against Visage. Visage will fall. Eclipse is not going to do anything against Magic Bomb. He pops the BKB and will ward off Magic Bomb. He does jump into the creeps. They did find a tower and a kill, but at the same time, Rubik, he's gone down, so they've lost 2 heroes, and they're just waiting for Magic Bomb in this creep wave at the moment. And for some reason, Exile, he's pushing out the creeps. He should be waiting till the creeps die before he pushes it. They should be able to see Lifesteal, as he does have the armlet toggled inside that creep.
Yep. And Jumbo Lags is able to get away from the CLM. The CLM was able to find a pick off there. So the tower for 2 kills. They also got the bottom tier 1 tower. Australian coming out on top once again. I mean, we can just see that from the gold graph. It's really dipped down into about the 5k favor now for them. Experience about 4k. So they're doing really well.
Good news is, Magibomb, he's still hiding away in that creep, and he's got support coming up to help him out shortly. So he can just come out and look at all that gold, all that time wasted is now just recouped from that, pretty much 12 creeps I think there, he just picked up there, so that's quite delicious. Helping him keep up with farm, but speaking of farm, you look at TA, she is so far ahead. She's 3.5k ahead of that lifesteal, and BKB, Yasha, she's got 3k banked up, and she should be working, I'd say, either a Desolate or a Blink Dagger. What do you think would be more beneficial here? Do you think she needs the initiation and get in close, or do you think she should just pick up a Desolate and continue to rip through these heroes, as they have enough initiation heroes, such as the Venomancer, who generally dies at the start, but gets off all his key abilities?
I don't think a Blink Dagger would be that beneficial. I mean, generally you see the Blink Dagger up much earlier. So I think that because CLM skipped the Blink Dagger early on, probably won't go for it at all. I think just going for even more damage would be much more beneficial. Something like that Desolator, or if they decide Mirana should go for the Desolator, maybe something else to get the... In fact, with the Eagle Song, that looks like it's going to be a butterfly.
And here we go, here comes the pushing potential. We've got a hook shot coming on in, slowing down CLM as much as possible. He's going to have to back it, pops the double damage. He's coming back in for round 2, doing all the damage at the same time though. Crystal Maiden, she gets popped by Isaac on that Visage, and now they're just going to run. We have a Moonlight Shadow pop, they're going to be chasing under there, underneath the Sentry Ward. All the damage will kill off the Mirana. They're turning back around, Clockwork's going to fall down. There goes the Exorcism and the Death Prophet, and now that's a 3 kills, 4 kills. Coronet Australis, can they do it? Can they get a team wipe? They're going for the final attacks. The Gale comes on 3 and they pick up a team wipe. So Coronet Australis, they're backing out of nowhere, but we do see the Death going onto a lifesteal. That was a little bit strange there.
Yeah, none of his armlet and the poison damage just killed him.
He should have just sat in that creep and waited for the dot to run out, because if you're a lifestealer and you infest into a creep or someone, you take no damage from any dots that are currently on you. So it's a little bit surprising there, and it's a little bit unfortunate.
And includes armlet damage as well.
Are fortified.
But yeah, it's Coronet Australis, they had a good 5 for free in that fight, and they will get the tower, the tier 2 tower as well.
Okay, they get the TP out. They've got an arrow and they've got a frostbite, and that's going to go down. So they expended their welcome. If they still had that lifesteal, they could have got the tower and gotten out of there before too much issues. And what do you feel about that? Do you think losing a Visage on top of what they already lost was worth that tier 2 tower, other than the map presence, or do you think they should have just left
Well,
it to get denied?
I think it was worth it. It was still, in the end, a 4 for 5, and the extra tier 2, and we can just see the gold graph starting to dip back up, and they sort of have to keep the